Eddie Hearn, a prominent figure in the boxing world and promoter of some of the biggest fights in recent history, has expressed strong disapproval over the upcoming Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson bout, scheduled to headline a major event in Texas this November. In a scathing critique, Hearn described the fight as dangerous, irresponsible, and disrespectful to boxing, sparking a heated debate about the ethics and legitimacy of such matchups. The fight, which will take place at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, features the 58-year-old former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson and the 27-year-old YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul. Despite the significant buzz and excitement surrounding the bout, Hearn's concerns are centered on the potential dangers of pitting a near 60-year-old former champion, who has not fought professionally since 2005, against a younger, active competitor with 10 professional wins under his belt. Mike Tyson, once a dominant force in the sport, became the youngest world heavyweight champion in history when he defeated Trevor Berbick at the age of 20 in 1986. He was the first fighter to hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles simultaneously, solidifying his place as one of the greatest boxers of all time. However, the 58-year-old has long since retired from professional fighting, with his last official match taking place nearly 2 decades ago. Jake Paul, on the other hand, has quickly risen through the ranks of professional boxing after transitioning from a successful career as a YouTube personality and social media influencer. Despite initial skepticism, Paul has proven his ability in the ring, securing 10 wins in his 11 professional bouts. His victories include knockout wins over former UFC fighters and other seasoned athletes, but none of his previous opponents come close to matching the legacy and stature of a fighter like Mike Tyson. Hearn, who is the chairman of Matchroom Sport and a key player in modern boxing, has made it clear that while he respects Tyson's storied career, he finds the idea of the former champion stepping back into the ring at this stage of his life deeply troubling. Speaking to BBC Sport, Hearn didn't mince words. The reality is that 20 years ago, when Mike Tyson retired from the sport, he was shot, completely finished. It was actually sad to watch then, 20 years ago. His comments highlight a broader issue within the sport: the increasing trend of exhibition matches and novelty fights that feature aging legends and celebrities, which has raised questions about the long-term health implications for older fighters. Tyson briefly returned to the ring for an exhibition bout against fellow boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, a match that ended in a draw but showcased flashes of Tyson's former power and skill. However, as Hearn pointed out, the stakes are different this time around. Tyson's opponent is no longer another veteran from his era, but a much younger and more active fighter. Hearn, who plans to attend the event to support his fighter Katie Taylor in her highly anticipated rematch with Amanda Serrano on the undercard, has stated that he will not be sticking around to watch the main event. He expressed serious concerns about the physical well-being of Mike Tyson, emphasizing that this fight could have dire consequences for the former champion's health. "You only need to speak to him and look at him to know this guy should not be in a ring again," Hearn said. His words reflect the unease many boxing purists feel about seeing aging fighters pushed back into action, often for financial or promotional reasons. Tyson, who was once known for his ferocious fighting style, devastating knockouts, and fierce persona, is now almost unrecognizable from the fearsome figure he was during his prime. While he remains a beloved figure in the sport, his comeback into competitive boxing, especially against a much younger opponent, raises questions about the motivations behind the fight. Is it purely for entertainment and profit, or is there a deeper sense of competitiveness still burning within the former heavyweight champion? Jake Paul, for his part, has become a polarizing figure in boxing. He has managed to draw massive attention to the sport, particularly among younger audiences, but his rise has also sparked controversy. Many within the boxing community have been critical of Paul's path to success, arguing that his fame as a social media star has given him opportunities that traditional fighters would not receive. His matchups against non-traditional boxers, such as former UFC fighters and retired athletes, have also been called into question. However, Paul's impressive knockout victories and his ability to sell pay-per-view events have made him one of the most marketable figures in boxing today.